my God, episode 1, our new podcast, The Code to Flow.
Yes. Let's take it back for a second because I feel like you and I just reconnected.
Yeah.
After how many years? Probably like 8. Probably like 8 to 10 years since we really actually spoke. I got married over 10 years ago. And that's crazy.
But see, that's the whole thing, just with life and everything right now. You and I met, 18 years ago.
Yep.
Working together, working at the Montel Williams show. And, life has happened. I got married, you got married. I saw you the last time was at your wedding 10 years ago. But because of social media, it feels like I know everything that's going on with you, and I know your life, and the kids are beautiful, and everybody's doing the damn thing, but that's not really the case. We have to come together. We gotta come back together. And so now we're connecting on a podcast.
Yeah. And there's so much that we don't see on social media. So I think when I DM'd you, like, let's catch up. I want to hear what's going on.
Yeah.
And then we just connected and we realized we were literally in the same spot. And that is, we're at a pivot point, both of us, right?
Yeah. I mean, isn't everybody? Everyone's pivoting.
Everyone's pivoting. The world is changing so fast. And I feel like, I don't know, I just have to say, like, when I spoke to you the first time, when we hopped on a call, on a FaceTime, I was like so inspired. Like, you inspired me to, like, change my desk, change my surroundings, like, get my mind right before I figure out what I'm doing next. And then I just loved our conversation.
But you inspired me too. And that's what I think, like, this is bigger than the podcast show. It's like, this is what humanity's missing. We're not calling each other anymore. We're not, please, people hate when I FaceTime them. Mm-hmm. I have friends right now who are like, oh God, here she comes calling, here she comes FaceTiming. Nobody wants to do that anymore because we've found, like, comfort. It's like the phones have become like our little pacifiers. Even when I see, oh my God, Jordan's gonna kill me, but even when I see Jordan on his phone, it's like fetal position and like on the phone, and like that is like feeding us. When what I need is to hear from my girlfriend. What's going on, girl? How you feeling? What you been up to? What's going on? And through those conversations and through that connection, we're able to see, oh my God, this is missing. Or wait, I should be trying this.
To me, social media is like a crush. I'm keeping up with my friends.
Yeah, because that's...
Oh, I DM'd them and said, oh, I hope you're doing well. Oh, I hope you're doing well. But that's not really connection. That's not true connection. And it's actually fake because you see my social media, everything's good. Everything is great. My family's happy and healthy, but like, I wasn't great. I'm trying to figure my shit out. And you're not going to know that until we actually talk.
In this political climate that we're in right now, it's like just so polarizing, and it's meant to like separate us like even more. It's almost like, I mean, it is man-made. Have you seen The Social Dilemma on Netflix?
Yeah, yep, I saw that.
And they didn't expect it to happen this way, but it's like, you're in this box and then this person is in that box. I didn't even realize. I go to my IG and I'm being fed all the shit that I want to hear. Like affirmations or create goodness or be happy every day. I'm thinking that that's what everyone else is being fed. It's like, but that's just catered to me and feeding me on that. But it's like, I'm in my own peace and love echo chamber while someone next to me may be on a, fuck the world kind of shit. And it's like, we're all like in these little things by ourselves. How do we come together? How do we, start loving each other? I mean, I think it starts with like loving ourselves first.
Yeah. I mean, I think it starts with loving ourselves. So, as you know, I just started school yesterday.
Y'all, she's back in school. The pivot is real.
My kids are like, oh, are you taking the bus to school, mommy? So I started my first module yesterday. I'm going to the Integrative Institute for Nutrition. I've always been into health and wellness, so I want to pursue this path and see where it goes. In one of the last parts of the module, they talked about fitting out, right? Through social media, through the ads, through everything. We all are trying to fit in to what everyone else is doing, right? And they were talking about how fitting out is actually what we need to strive to do, and like to be our own selves and to be our own on our own paths and not influenced by all the outside social media. So that's something I really took yesterday from one of the modules is like.
And who are you authentically, Michelle?
That's a good question. Who am I?
Who are you?
I'm somebody who loves to help others, be in tune with my own body, my own self, my own health, my own wellness. I'm always trying to be better, which doesn't serve me, by the way. I'm always too hard on myself, but I think it also helps me because I always am wanting to learn new things about how to be a parent, how to be a wife, how to be a friend, how to be, a daughter. So I think it serves me, but it also kind of drives me crazy at the same time. And I feel like for me, I've lost some of that over the years. Being a mom, as you know, it's hard because you're always like doing everything else for everybody else. And sometimes you got to look inside, which is, I feel like the journey I'm on right now is like, what do I really want to do?
Yeah.
I don't want to be in marketing anymore. Like, screw that. I'm going to do something else. Right. But I was told that I had to fit in and like be on this path.
Where did that even come from?
My mother. Oops, I probably shouldn't.
Ginger. Yeah. We miss you, Ginger.
We miss you.
No, but even, as an immigrant, we came from Jamaica. And my parents, it was sold to them, she should go to college, do this thing, be this thing, make money so that you could get this thing, to do this thing. I just want to be happy. I just want to flow. I want beautiful connections with people. I'd love a lovely meal with people. I would love just to be. I've been trying more just to be present, to play, and, not take myself so seriously all the time. Me and Parker had a really good day yesterday of just like dancing and playing and, hanging out. She had her friends over. We were dancing. We made slime. It was like
so
a
fun,
whole thing, right? But then at the end of the day, she goes, Mom, wouldn't it be so cool if everyone just kind of hung out together and we all lived in the same place and we all ate together and everybody went to school together? God, I go, that should be the new world. The families convene together after the collapse, which is what we're in right now. Everyone helping each other. The happy people make the sad people happy. Because she goes, Mommy, we're the happy people and we make sad people happy. We have to make ourselves feel good and happy, and then that frequency then transfers to all of the people you meet. Again, like back to community living, which is what used to happen back in the day. And there are groups of people who are going back to it. There's a whole homesteading group on Facebook. My girlfriends and I from college, and we joked about this years ago. We should just buy a big piece of land and we all have our houses there. Monday night, it's dinner at Michelle's. Tuesday night, it's dinner at Sasha's. On Thursday, Sasha's teaching all the kids. On Wednesday, Michelle, because we were never made to do all of this by ourselves.
No.
We've been sold this whole thing. Do everything on your own, get it done, raise the kids, have a job, travel the world, and do it in your own little silo.
Yep.
I need help. I need community.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the connection piece is crucial for us because we need to have connection. I know. I think since COVID, we're also segregated and we have the remote work, which I actually think is good for a lot of us because we can be working parents and it's really hard for people who have to go into the office every day, but it's segregating us, and to not have that connection in the community even outside of work, because we've gotten so used to being in our own little bubbles. So I love the idea of like creating a whole living situation, like a whole like community events. That'd be
Yeah,
so fun.
that's
I
what
just,
we need.
that would be really fun. We should
We're
create
bringing
a
it back.
we should create a platform for that. Like, want to be part of a community on a compound? Like, sign up here.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's another good.
Well, I went to this thing the other day called the Vibe Fest.
Yeah, tell me
It
about
was here on Long Island. It was super dope. It started with a yoga class, and then there was an open mic, and then there was this sound healing, which I'd never done before.
that. That's the best.
Oh my, dude, I felt like my ancestors had come through and was like, you are healed. And
Doesn't
chill
it feel
out.
like you're flying though? I felt like I was. Adam actually took me for my 40th birthday to a sound bath because he knows I like that stuff, and I felt like I was like being lifted.
I feel like we're awakening.
Yeah,
The world is awakening.
we're
And
definitely.
everyone's giving each other the codes. Like, we're giving you guys the code to flow. I learned about love frequency, literally infecting others with our happiness, with our love, making it a better place and a better world.
Yeah,
Even with what's going on politically. I live on Long Island, which is, Long Island, but I want to be with everybody. I'm hugging everybody. That's what everybody wants. I don't think people want to be in their own little things and like wear their own little hats and like do their own thing. Everybody like wants love. Everyone wants you to look at them. As human beings, we should be walking like by each other like through the day and just like smiling and like, hey, I love your jacket, or hey, I love your hat, or hey, what's up, hey, how you doing? Like, we gotta bring that shit back, or I'm bringing that back. I'm all about the peace and the love and the harmony.
that's a movement right there. I mean, instead we're all walking around like this across the street, about to get hit by a car while we're looking down at our phones instead of. And I'm guilty of this, by the way.
Yeah, no.
We're also, oh, we got to get this done. Oh, we got to go that. We got to rush to this thing. But like, look around you. Like, why are we not connecting with everyone around us? That's going to make us happier.
And being grateful. I feel like I need to do that more because, again, you could get caught up, especially if I go on social media. It's like, oh shit, I'm not moving fast enough. Oh shit, that thing just happened for that person. Or shit, I didn't do this thing fast enough. I literally don't like that feeling. Like, it gives me anxiety. So what are we gonna do? How are we gonna get flowing? How are we gonna...
Well, what does Code to Flow mean to you? Like, what does this mean to you, this whole movement?
How to live beautifully and harmoniously and in joy and in peace. Like, dude, I'm 43, about to be 44. Do you know what I mean? We were just 24.
I know. Back in the day.
Back in the day, which was like, no, but like all that shit was like beautiful, dude. And like now we have our own family and we've got husbands. And what are we teaching our children? I want to be present. I want to enjoy every single day. I don't want to wait until we're on vacation to love up on my husband. I mean, Ty and I were watching Bill Gates, shout out Bill Gates, who has a new book out about his life, and it's called Source Code. Watching him talk about his quirks and like the little things that make him different, but that's what made him so cool. His parents like really, empowering him and making him feel like, he could do anything and like that his ideas weren't crazy and, that he could save the world or, he could create something that would help humanity. We need to instill that back into our children, into other people too, because I think, again, with social media, everyone is watching everyone else. And it's like everyone's comparing themselves to everyone else. But we're not going to be like a proper society until it's just everyone being their individual, beautiful selves. Like that's what makes us so great. Yeah, fitting out. Oh.
Fitting out, yeah. No, and I think a lot of that comes with just like being more open and also saying yes more, and even to the little things. Like this morning, my kids had a late start, and Shay, my son, asked me to play Uno, a couple games of Uno before school. Usually I'm like running around like a chicken with my head cut off,
Yes.
like, get my stuff done, making my breakfast. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna play Uno with you, Shay. So we played 3 games of Uno before I took them to school, and it was great. And I feel like, I know that's just a small example, but I feel like that's what you're saying. Like, we need to all be open and like more connected and more saying yes to things, right? Not saying yes to the point of where we're burning out and being a people pleaser. Saying no to the roadblocks that we feel like are in our way, and being more like,
She's a visionary, y'all.
I'm going to scoot around the roadblock because you know what? I don't have any roadblocks here. I'm going to make this happen for me. And if that means saying yes to my son playing Uno, I will be ready a little later today, and that's okay. We just need everyone to be more open and more connected and more willing to be connected. And I don't even think people realize how happy they could be.
Right.
Because
Right.
they're so in their own.
Yeah. Gratitude. I'm learning that so much more now. Just thankful. Thank you.
It's like we're so focused on what we don't have that we
Yes.
don't even see what we actually have and how far we've come, right? And I feel that I get caught up in this too. Oh, I just have to do the next business idea, or get to the next thing, or buy this thing, and that doesn't really matter. You have what you need. Not to be cheesy, but it's true. I always say I want to keep a gratitude journal because I actually have friends that do that. I don't know if you do that. And they
I write down, part of which Parker's always like, Mommy, that's a lot of words. I'm like, girl.
You are so good. Look at that.
Well, this journal makes it easier. Shout out to the Maison Social Club, but this was gifted to me from there. But I sent it to everybody. I think I sent it to you too, Shell. This is the 5-minute journal. You can get it on Amazon. And there's a Limitless journal. I started with the Limitless journal. I feel like that kind of changed my life too. But really, it's about writing things down. Like most people, a thing comes to our head, and I'm learning now that that's God that puts that little thing there. But most people, we're like, and like you just let it go away.
Yep.
I'm writing shit down. Here's my vision board from my birthday last year.
Yes, I love that.
I made this last year, and here we are on our new podcast.
Here we are. You can check that shit off.
Yeah. So
I love it.
I mean, manifestation is real. Manifestation is real. And my new favorite person to listen to is Neville Goddard. I think I sent you some of his stuff. I had no idea he was Bayesian. I just figured that out. So yeah, Caribbean. But like everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Each person is the creator of their reality. Your life, as fucked up or as good as this may like sound to you, you created it. You summed it up somehow. And I don't have a job right now. But when I was working my ass off and killing myself on the train 2 hours each way and not seeing my children, I know that I was like, I just want to be home and just like work out and like do whatever I want to fucking do. And it's like, oh shit, here I am.
Here you are. Yep.
Here I asked for this. You asked for this.
I remember the first time we talked because I got laid off randomly in last April. And I was like, what am I going to do? I went through a journey. Let's put it that way, period. And every single day I was like, I want to be around more for my kids. I don't want to have to be in the office 5 days a week where people are taking my attendance there. Like, sorry, it's true. That's how it was. And here I am with the flexibility and the ability to reconnect with you, to go back to school in an area I'm passionate about. Of course I want to make money. Of course we all, we talked about that.
As though when you follow that purpose and that passion, the money's gonna come. That's the thing. If this needs to be taught in school, the focus shouldn't be on money.
Right.
Focus should be on what are you passionate about?
Yeah.
Especially as a little kid, it's like, what do you want to be? Like, you're supposed to say a doctor, a lawyer, like a police officer. That's all that you were taught. I'm back on my like childlike, I want to play every day. I want to make art. I want to read a random book. I want to talk to my friends. I want to go to lunch. I want to, fuck my husband. Like, I want to do shit every day. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't want to be worried, because this shit right now is all kinds of fucked up. And so, God forbid, I mean, seriously, what if there was only 100 days left? If you only had 100 days left, how would you live those 100 days?
With my family. And exploring my passions like I'm doing now. Right? Yeah.
Here's the code to flow. But that's literally like the code. That's like on some Matrix shit.
Right.
That's like Neo. That's blue pill, red pill. What pill is that? I don't know. Both of them. I'll take both of them.
Oh, that's what we have each other for. That's what we have each other for. I feel like us reconnecting inspired me. There are people from your past that like bring out something in you from like a certain time period, and you lose touch with them. But when you really reconnect with someone, you remember how much they were such a big part of your life and how much you loved hanging out with them. I always tell Adam, back in my TV days, I was so alive.
Yes.
I know we worked our asses off and like it was hard work and it was...
Can we take from that time?
Right, but the crew, people, was like they were like my people.
Heather, great. Yeah.
I love you, Heather.
But again, community, connection. Dude, we like basically lived together. That's why.
Yes. And we
ate together, we lived together, we were on diets together.
Going to lingerie parties together.
Shit. Yeah.
That might be true.
But like, it was like, okay, so
we were tight knit.
What will happen, and it's not that I want this to happen, but it's like, what will happen if like social media shuts down? You're going to be forced to call your people. You're going to be forced to connect. I kind of almost want that to happen.
Right. Well, you're either forced to do that or you stay in your own bubble and don't talk to anyone and become depressed. That's what I think is going to happen. Like, you have two different sides, right?
Oh my God, not to be conspiracy theorist or one of those people, but the pandemic kind of like started that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Go in your own homes and go sit down. They knew that we had the phones that worked. And then don't you feel like your consumption got during that time?
Yeah, because that was the way people connected that was the way people stay connected through Zoom. Zooms are good and fine, but it's still not the same as having coffee with somebody or spending time together and spending quality time together, which is what I crave.
Bouncing life ideas off of each other, all that shit.
Right.
Okay, so we have to break the code of like what has been happening, or we're doing that.
We're doing that right now. We're in the process of doing that. And us reconnecting has given us a code to flow to our next venture.
Look, Michelle's always good for the connection. You know, Michelle's good for the connection. And we've got
I like a thread. I like a thread.
Cool.
You know, I like a thread and a ribbon that ties it all up. Because that's just how I am.
And we're tied up.
Well,
so what now?
I think as we wrap up this episode, right?
First day.
First podcast, first day. What are you looking forward to in next week for yourself?
I just want to flow into next week. And I want to enjoy every day. And I want to be happy every day.
That's a great plan.
And I want to be fine as fuck.
You already are.
I'm right, but like, I feel like I have to work on that. Not work on it. I asked my nephew this. I was like, because again, I feel like everyone's going through just a thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Biggie, who are you at the pinnacle of what you think the pinnacle is? And he's like, I live in a penthouse and I play tennis a couple times a week and I look great and I travel. He goes, I'm skinny, and went down this list of things. And it's like, I want to think that way too. And I want to I have this vision of myself. And I feel like I'm figuring out who that person is as the days go on. And I feel like I do find myself now looking in the mirror and being like, oh my God, you're that person that you said that you wanted to be. But I also feel like there's shit that I need to like also fucking work on. But is that just like that inner weird thing? I don't like that. I need to figure that out.
Well, it's like your inner voice, like telling you, no, you got to do this. You got to be this. Like,
yeah.
What would happen if you just let yourself flow without listening to the inner voice? I definitely have an inner voice. Self-talk is helpful.
Right.
But it depends on what kind of self-talk it is. Is it negative?
I was listening to Neville, and that's what it was about. You have to see yourself how you want everyone to see you.
Yeah.
Right? Just act. Just be. And just always be happy.
Yep.
People shouldn't upset you. Things shouldn't upset you. Oh, like I got a denial letter today for a funding thing for the birth pods. And of course I was like, oh my God. And like, oh, I'm upset about it.
Right.
But then I was like, oh, that's just one no closer to.
Yes, exactly.
We gotta make those little like shifts with ourselves.
Right.
And
it's
just
like don't let it bring you all the way down. Just be like, okay, thank you. Obviously not the one for me.
His thing is called learn to act as if nothing hurts you. Like always stay as beautiful, strong, skinny, amazing Michelle. Always act like that, no matter what. No matter if you just ate whatever. No matter if you, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, I should always behave as fly-ass Sasha. No matter what rejection just happened. Once you keep yourself in that state of positive flow, that's where you just need to stay.
That's where you need to stay.
And it's like everything coming your way will just have to like flow into that. And then if it doesn't, it just flows off. So, who was that didn't accept my grant? I'll see you guys on the flip side. All right, so on to the next. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was an awesome first episode, and it was
All
just great.
People.
We just did it.
It's a million. Thank you, million people for checking in.
Yes.
And checking out our podcast and getting into the code of the flow.
So excited for you to hear everything we have coming up. It's gonna be good. You don't want to.
We're still working on all that's coming up, but it's gonna be fucking good. It's the code to flow.
That is the code to flow.
Peace and love.
Bye.